today we're going to talk about how to work up to your first chin-up. So there are lots of different ways to do that and lots of different exercises that you can do. But one of the most important lessons about chin-ups is in order for you to do more chin-ups or in order for you to get chin-ups, you have to do chin-ups or do things that are very, very similar to chin-ups. So we have a couple of variations that we're going to go over how to perform today, and then later we'll have a series on how to increase your chin-ups once you've gotten a certain number of body weight reps. So the first exercise that we have people work with to work up to a chin-up is a banded chin-up. This seems really simple, but a lot of people mess up how to set this up, so we're just going to go through how to set it up. You're going to take the whole band and run it all the way over and then through, and that will give you a nice tight loop to hold the band in place. Now here's the really important part that everybody messes up. So when you go to put this on, you want to step on it with the middle of your foot. So you put it in the middle of your foot, and then you step on it all the way until your knee's all the way extended. If you don't do this, if you leave your knees soft, you're going to just bounce all around all over the place and probably lose this thing off your toe. So step down on it all the way. That's going to make sure that you have control of the band the whole time. And then some people also like to wrap this leg around here just to keep the band extra secure. You don't have to do that, but some people do prefer it. The next thing that you'll do is take a shoulder width grip, palms facing towards you on either side of the band. So you don't want to do that all on one side or all on the other, on either side. And then you're simply just going to jump down. So there's not really anything special to it. Just go ahead and fall all the way down. Once you get down here, you're going to start with elbows all the way extended. So that means you can't start like this. You start all the way down here, and then chin all the way over the bar and back down. Chin all the way over the bar and back down. Okay? To step off, you're going to either unwrap this leg if it's wrapped around, step back onto your box, keeping your knee extended. So again, most people tend to bend their knee right there, which ends up smacking them in the face with the band. Then you're just going to bend the knee nice and gently so that you can take this off. Okay, that'll keep you from flailing around like a lot of people do when they do banded chin-ups. To take this off, you just pull this loop around the top here. All done. As far as bands go, bands at different gyms have different resistances, so you can't trust that the red band at one gym is the same as the red band at the other gym. You'll have to kind of explore the options if you end up going to a different gym. The best thing to focus on is that you probably want between 5 to 7 repetitions per set. If it's 8 or more, it's a little bit too much resistance for you, and if it's below 5, you probably need a little bit more help. The other exercise that's really great for working up to a chin-up are chin-up negatives. There's one major thing that people mess up with these, so I'll just go over that. But basically a chin-up negative is working on the down part of the chin-up, the eccentric portion. It involves jumping to the top, so you don't actually have to do a chin-up to get to the top, although I guess you could if you wanted to pair those two together. But most of the time it's just a jump to the top. So again, shoulder width grip, palms facing towards you, and you're going to give yourself a little boost to get to the top. And the important part here is that you want to fold your legs behind you, because if you're on top of a box, you're going to come down on your legs if you don't fold them behind you. So you jump up, fold your legs behind you, and control the descent. And then stand up, just like that every time. Now, different lengths of time, different lengths of descent will give you, you're stronger if you can do a 5-second negative than if you can do a 1-second negative. Most people, it's good to start with 6 reps of 1-second descents. So you jump to the top and just count 1,000 and back up, rest about 20 to 30 seconds. Do that 6 times. If you're much stronger than that already, you might go ahead and jump into doing 3-second descents for more than just singles. It depends on where you are as far as your chin-up progression goes. So now we're going to cover a couple of other variations in the next frame. So the next exercise that you can use if you're not yet ready to do a banded chin-up or a chin-up negative would be trying an inverted row. So you might do this if you don't have the overhead space, let's say, for doing a chin-up in your garage, like you train at home, and you don't have enough space to do a chin-up, but you want to do some kind of row variation. You could do this row variation. You're going to set the bar up different heights depending on different levels, higher if you're less advanced and much lower if you are more advanced. You're going to take the same grip that we talked about before, so shoulder width with the palms facing towards you, and then you'll just walk a couple feet out this way to start. To do the row, you'll just row it into your chest. It'll touch about the spot that you touch your bench presses, and then to finish, just walk back up, and that's about it. So this is a really simple row variation to try. You can do it with just a bar. And yeah, low equipment, pretty easy exercise to do. Let's talk about one more chin-up variation that we can do. Okay, the last chin-up variation that we'll talk about is the lat pull-down. This is probably, one of the most common pulley machines that you'll have in your gym. So most gyms will have a lat pull-down machine somewhere. The thing that I always caveat a lat pull-down discussion with is that different cable machines have different resistances. So your cable machine where you normally train might say 40 pounds, 50 pounds, 100 pounds, whatever, and then you go to another gym and you choose the same weight setting and it either feels heavier or lighter. It has to do with the lengths of the cables and all of that stuff, and also just how crappy the system is and how calibrated the weights are. So don't always expect that from gym to gym the resistance is going to be exactly the same. You should adjust based on sort of what rate of perceived exertion that you're going for. So if you're going for something moderate or something easy, you can just choose that and forget about the numbers. Really, it doesn't matter. For our purposes and learning a chin-up, it would be great if you could use the same cable system, because you can incrementally load the lat pull-down until you're pulling around your body weight or so for the lat pull-down. But the basics of how to set it up is to choose a weight. You're going to take the same grip that we talked about earlier, which is palms facing towards you about shoulder width. And then you're just going to sit straight down. So there's no need to, sit way back or anything like that. You just sit straight down so that the bar is right over you. And then you'll pull it straight down so that it's underneath your chin and straight back up. And that's it. It's just really down underneath your chin all the way to extension. A lot of people like to cut these short, so they like to stop the upward range of motion right here and just keep pulling down here. You don't want to do that. You want to go all the way down and all the way up each time. Okay, and then to finish, you just stand up with the bar, and that's about it for lat pull downs. Good rep ranges for these are going to be a little bit higher than for the banded chin-ups or the chin-up negatives, something like 3 sets of 8 to 10, and you can gradually increase the weight over time until you're pulling heavy 5s, let's say, and then it might be time to attempt a chin-up. So that's all we have for you as far as chin-up variations go. We will come out later with a video about how to increase the number of body weight chin-ups that you can already do, and we hope that was helpful. Please let us know if you have any questions in the comment section below.